Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving. Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in tonight's stadium for another Preston Night Varsity Football Contest. Let's go to the field right now for our national anthem. Another performance well played by the pride of Preston County. And as they continue with preparations down below, the junior ROTC Army squad from Preston High School presenting the colors of the United States of America, as well as all of the branches of the armed forces prior to tonight's game. And the band getting ready to perform the alma mater now here at Knight Stadium before a slowly entering crowd. Again, welcome to Knight Stadium, and we hope you're ready for some football as the Knights come in at 1-3, but off of a sort of a resurgent second half against John Marshall. Although they dropped that contest by a score of 28-18, we saw a lot of diversity in the offense in the second half and a lot of spirited defensive play that we hope carries over into this week. The downside for Preston, not really a downside, but a difficulty, complication is it's Buckwheat Festival time here on the mountaintop. So today, school day in Kingwood. Students let out of class for all of the festivities that take place at the Buckwheat Festival downtown in Kingwood, and the band, not in full dress uniforms tonight. They're wearing the civvies. They're wearing the matching T-shirt shorts combo as they marched earlier, and it hit about 84 degrees today in Kingwood. So they got their exercise in early this afternoon at the parade, which you can see replays of here on Hometown TV. And now they're out here to support the Knights this evening in what I like to call the Buckwheat Bowl. I know not everybody in town does that anymore, or maybe prefers that we call it that, but it's always going to be the Buckwheat Bowl to me. Discovered it in 1969 when I came here, and it was a tremendous event then, and I think it's still a tremendous event for Preston High, as some traditions just don't go away over time. So our version of the Buckwheat Bowl here in 2019, the Knights taking on the Minutemen from Lewis County, and they come in here on a little bit of a hot streak. They are 2-1, coming in off of a bye week. They opened with a 28-0 drubbing against Bridgeport Senior. The Indians really raked the Minutemen over the coals, really took it to them. It was a massacre down at Bridgeport. But they rebounded in the second week of the season. On September the 6th, they traveled to Braxton County, took on a little bit of an underpowered Braxton County squad. They won by a score of 28-0 over Braxton. Followed it up the next week against Elkins. Went down 7-0 in the first quarter, rebounded with 24 points and won that contest 24-7 to give themselves 2 straight wins going into the open week. Preston will have an open week next week, but this week must overcome the distractions of Buckwheat Festival in order to right the ship and get another win on the board here. The early season victory starting things off against Hampshire in fine fashion, 37-14. But North Marion just too powerful, winning 34-22 against our Knights. And John Marshall coming in with no wins and shocking Preston, quite frankly, with a 28-6 victory in Game 3. And then last week's contest against R.C. Byrd, a 28-18 loss, but the Knights did rally well in the second half, and we hope to see that continue here this evening. Well, the band having left the field, we await the arrival of both teams from the locker room. And while we do that, we're going to take a break here, let the crowd continue to filter in, let you folks at home gather up your favorite treats, get that easy chair adjusted properly, get ready for some high school football action here in West Virginia, week number 4 of the high school season. And we'll be back right after this on Hometown TV.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
The Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital is an alternative for acute patients who need a little extra help before returning home. Services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy, patient and family education, personal care assistance, individualized care plans with daily activities, and 24-hour nursing care. Our team works to ensure a smooth return to independent living. For more information on the Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital, visit us online or call 304-791-3733.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're done?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Back in Kingwood, where the are set to get things underway here as the captains are out on the field representing Preston. Colton Rosenberger, Hunter Lance also out there for the Knights. Robbie Stinson, a captain for this evening's contest, and meeting the Minutemen on the big logo here on the natural surface of Knights Stadium. And we are just a couple of minutes away from the kickoff that opens this contest. And the Knights charged up and looking forward to getting this one going. We look across the way at some of the players lining up over there on the sidelines that would look to be starters for the Minutemen tonight. Jared Griffith, 6 foot, 180-pound senior, will handle the kicking duties. Young man kicked a 41-yard field goal against Elkins to help secure the victory for the Minutemen. Dylan Wright, one of their team leaders, stout runner, 5'10", 160 pounds, rushed 9 times for 55 yards against the Elkins Tigers, and he was complimented in that effort by Marshall Hobbs, who scored 2 touchdowns, ran the ball 20 times for 79 yards. Very respectable. We will see the Minutemen more than likely run a lot of single wing here tonight unless they elect to do something that they haven't done yet this season. And that actually was one of the problems for them against Bridgeport, because Bridgeport is well versed in that and knew how to defend it and shut them right down. But for Preston, the goal here tonight is for everybody to stay on their toes. Remember their assignment, sort of stay in your lane as the Knights prepare to kick off here, giving up the ball to the Minutemen and securing possession for the beginning of the second half. Preston will get things underway here. And the ball in the air is going to spiral down right at the 25-yard line, taken there. And the Minutemen will set things up out over the 35, out to the 38.5, 39-yard line. A nice return there. And it will be 1st and 10 for Lewis County. Good field position as the officials get set to spot the ball here for the first play from scrimmage this evening. Beautiful night in Preston County for the Buckwheat Bowl. Finding the edge and a little bit more for Lewis County. That was number 24, Marshall Hobbs. They'll go to him often if he can be successful against the Knights' run defense. And Preston, unfortunately, doesn't really have the option of stacking bodies in the box and really loading things up on the line too much, because Lewis County can, if they're pushed, they can throw the ball some. Second and just a yard to gain there, and the Minutemen getting good play from their front offensive line, a nice surge, and I believe that is going to get the line to gain, and it will indeed be a 1st and 10, so the first down for Lewis County here on the evening. And they go right back into the single wing, and they're on the attack here, on the march. And good gang tackling there for Preston. The runner, number 5, Chase Beam, 5'7", 160-pound senior Minuteman. And he picks up a scant 2 yards on the play, so the ball at the 44-yard line of Preston now, and it'll be 2nd and 8 for Lewis. Quick handoff from Trenton Bush.
Hobbs, the ball carrier, brought down by number
Hobbs will pound that one forward. He'll pick up about a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd and 4. Just underway here in the first quarter of play at Knights Stadium. Again, Lewis County just moving the stack, and Preston has everybody there trying to stop the advance, and that was just a bull rush by the Minutemen all the way down. Inside the 20-yard line goes Hobbs, and he'll pick up another first down for the Minutemen. They've tallied 3 on the evening, and just inside the 10-minute mark of the first period. They are trying to push this ball into the end zone, and they go with a quick opener off the right tackle there. And they're just pounding the ball at Preston right now.
Tackle made by number 22, Anthony Ramage.
Ramage with the tackle for Preston. 2nd and 1. Preston with their backs against the wall early here, and we've seen that too often.
Gain of a couple.
Third down with the ball on the 3-yard line, so 3rd and goal. And the Minutemen with some motion in the wing. And Preston responding nicely. Tackled for loss is Hobbs, and that's the first time he's going backwards since he left the locker room earlier. That'll push the ball back out to the 6-yard line, so it will be 2nd and goal from the 6 now. And Lewis County
Dylan Wright, the ball carrier for the Minutemen.
intent on trying to just power that ball into the end zone. And Preston.
Flag on the play, holding against the Minutemen.
Preston will get the advantage of a penalty here. The first laundry on the field tonight, coming at the 7:58 mark of the first period. And the holding penalty will back Lewis County up. And the Knights scrapping and struggling to keep them out of the end zone will take every yard they can get. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line now. Let's see if Lewis County might elect to put it in the air. No, they'll stay on the ground. And Preston has begun to adjust to this single wing attack.
The ball carrier brought down by number 18, Devin Knotts.
Knotts with the tackle. Beam with a nice cutback on that, but stopped in his tracks after a pickup of about 2 yards. Now, Lewis County elects to go to the air, and their first pass results in a touchdown. Preston may have overloaded the inside just a little bit.
Smith's pass is complete to Vincent Snuffer.
Lewis County with the first 6 this evening. And that puts them on the board, and they are set now as the ball will come back. It's down. The kick is up. And that kick is good off the foot of Jared Griffith. And that will give the Lewis County Minutemen a 7-0 advantage here at the 7:09 mark of the first period. So Preston kicking that ball off, and the Minutemen traveling from their own 39-yard line in a series of slashing and dashing running plays, making full use of the power of their best running back, number 24, Marshall Hobbs, who literally moved the stack about 30 yards downfield at one point on a single play, just refusing to go down with the ball. And although they struggled a little bit in the red zone, the Minutemen convert the pass out wide in the front corner of the end zone. And Preston now will get the first opportunity of the evening to go on offense. Griffith handling the place kicking duties here will kick off from the 40-yard line. The ball in the air, and a nice kick into and through the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And obviously, young man has got quite a leg. Again, a beautiful fall evening here at Knight Stadium. The wind not a factor in that. He just booted the heck out of that ball from the 40, bounding into and through the end zone on the fly. And Preston will set things up at their own 20-yard line. And we've got movement. Let's see if there was encroachment or if the Knights pulled them offside. Well, the official is marking that off against the Minutemen, so encroachment by Lewis County will make it first and 5 at the 25 for Preston. As the Knights get set once again here. And they'll try the edge, coming to the near side, out over the 25, onto the 27, and near the 28-yard line goes Preston's number 24, Jesse Gribble, but we do have a flag down. And it looks like that's going to be coming back.
Holding against the Knights.
The hold will put the Knights back in the hole, back past the original line of scrimmage. On beyond that, inside the 15 to the 13-yard line we go. Or excuse me, to the 17-yard line. So inside the 20 to the 17. Preston running to the wide side, and Rimmage with the carry. Not going to get a whole lot there as the Minutemen did a good job stringing that one out. It'll be second and about 15 after a short pickup. And now the Knights look to put it in the air, but the Minutemen doing a good job downfield, and they're going to get a coverage sack. And bring up a big third down here for the Knights. Clock winding down to the 5.5-minute mark here, first period. And Preston faced with a 3rd and 15. They're going to spread two men wide to the far side and split receiver very far out to the right. And a little pass out in the flat is going to be diagnosed and snuffed out. Gribble brought down on the play, and a flag high into the air. The official demonstrative. in his call there, saw something he really didn't like. So that'll bring a stop in play, and that brings the Lewis County fans to their feet. First to cheer, but it looks like that's going to be excess on their part. Excessive roughness will
Personal foul against the Minutemen.
bring that ball
Unnecessary roughness.
out of the hole there. Unnecessary roughness, the personal foul, a big one. And the Lewis County fans not at all happy with the result of that play after what they thought was a great defensive effort to stymie Gribble on the swing pass. Preston to the air once again, and just a little bit out of sync. Colton Rosenberger, the target of the play, and unable to get a hand on that ball. So that will bring up 4th and 7, and Preston, with 4 minutes and 41 seconds on a stopped clock, will have to give up the ball here. Trailing 7-0 early in this one. Unable to get the fuse lit on offense there, try as they might that time. And we've got a whistle before the kick. And it's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Knights. So that's going to make it 4th and 12, and we'll line up to kick once again. That will bring the Lewis County receiver up inside the midfield stripe, hovering somewhere around the 47-yard line. And we've got a bungled ball down there in the end zone, and that is batted around.
Flag on the play.
And we'll sort this one out as the officials put the laundry back on the field. But not looking good for Preston here, I don't believe.
Safety for the Minutemen.
The result of the play will be a safety, 2 points for Lewis County, and the Knights will come to the near side, talk things over with a brief timeout in the action, and then Preston will have to free kick and give this ball back to Lewis County. So as we have seen in the past couple of weeks, things not going according to the plan in the early going here. And for the Knights, that's been the gist of their struggle over the course of these last 3 contests. Hard to play from behind against a good team. Hard to play from behind very far against a good running team because they can burn clock pretty effectively. And the Knights right now in a 9-point hole. Well, that's not insurmountable, but for Preston, they need to get a good special teams play here and then follow that up with solid defense and get that ball right back into the hands of the guys who can score. Bounding kick down to the 40-yard line, taken there, and a flying tackle for Preston. Smith on the return, and number 22, Ramage, a name we're saying often here this evening, with a great tackle for Preston. Although Lewis County able to get the ball up over the 50 and beyond into Knight territory at the 44-yard line. Ramage with a very nice stop there. Lewis County right back to work. They'll go right at the Knights once again. Hobbs with the ball, and Hobbs is going to power forward until Townsend wraps him up and brings him down. Inside the 40, ball just inside the 39-yard line now. So a pickup of 4 will make it 2nd and 6. And the Minutemen quickly up to the line here. Preston getting set. And the Knights are cheating up into the box here, trying to get a stop on Hobbs.
Right, the ball carrier, brought down by a storm of Knights.
The problem for Preston isn't just Hobbs. The problem is the Knights are facing a talented duo in Hobbs and Wright. And Wright with the carry there advances that ball near the stick. Didn't quite move the chains, but 3rd and 1. And it's a breakaway by Hobbs, and he's going to take it to the house. Holy moly, Marshall Hobbs running like a man possessed. And he just ripped through the Knights defense like it was Kleenex that time. Score comes at the 3:04 mark. And that will make it Lewis County 15, Preston 0, with the point after attempt set to come here. Ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Griffin's kick is good for the Minutemen.
That gives us a 16-0 score on the board here in the first period at Knight Stadium. And the band you hear striking up down below our camera position is the Lewis County Minuteman Band in town today for the Buckwheat Festival and putting on a nice performance in the School and Community Day Parade. And now out here, they allowed them to stay up for the ball game, and they're doing a nice job here under the Friday night lights as well, cheering on the efforts of their Minutemen, and happy to see them coming off of the bye week. This nice crowd that has come up from Lewis County. Hope they're enjoying the Buckwheat Festival. Wish they weren't enjoying this football game quite as much right now. And Griffith set to kick, and he's going to send another one sailing through the end zone, and the Knights will have it once again at the 20-yard line. I think this young man has a future somewhere beyond high school kicking a football. Griffith, 6 foot, 180-pounder. He's a senior. Don't know if he's attracted any interest, but definitely somebody who looks like he could play that position at the next level, and a good place kicker. We've seen that with the extra points tonight. Again, we mentioned earlier he hit a 41-yarder in their effort against Elkins. Knights with a little burst of their own here. So coming forward up over the 30 and picking up the first down for the Knights here on the evening, and out near the 40-yard line comes Preston in the hands of Jeff Townsend. Number 28 running like a bowling ball. Rolling down the alley there, and got that ball out. And Preston Little misdirection and then a quick handoff, and they'll pound it toward the 40. Townsend with his second carry, and not quite the yardage on that one, but a great effort. Pickup of about 5 will leave 2nd and 5. So maybe the Knights have found something here that Lewis County overlooked in the scouting. Preston from the I. And they'll give it to the I back and ahead to the 40 and drop there. Townsend once again. Putting that ball into play. He'll get just to the line of scrimmage and maybe an inch more. Not anything else. 3rd and 5. Minute 37 on a turning first period clock here on the mountaintop. And the Knights need to keep this drive going here. Quick pitch. And Lewis County gang tackling, nothing doing. In there for the Minutemen, number 10, Sam Donley at the bottom of that stack.
Brought down by number 4, Jordan Gay.
And also, and pardon me, I've got that wrong, number 10, Will Kuhn, and number 4, Jordan Gay for Lewis County with the tackle there. So Preston with a 4th and 6 will kick it away. High into the night sky here, and a nice Preston County roll. The Knights get a good bounce on that inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line, where the Minutemen will take over with 41 seconds remaining in the period. And I think leading 16-0, they're not concerned about the time on the clock whatsoever right now. They just want to start grinding and grinding and grinding away at what remains here of not just this first period, but additionally this first half of play. Get into the locker room, make some adjustments, see if they can stymie the Knights and keep us off the scoreboard. Now, a little misdirection there in the ball, ending up
Bright, the ball carrier for the Minutemen.
In the hands of Bright. And Wright. He'll take that forward for a scant yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. And we get a timeout in the action. Timeout with the ball at the 27-yard line. Knights and the Minutemen will talk things over here. The timeout the timeout stopped the clock with 14 seconds, but I think the officials are going to have a runoff here now. Not sure exactly what happened there. But we've come to the end of one, so a quick break for these messages from the folks that bring you Preston Knight Varsity Football here on Hometown TV. And we'll be back at Knight Stadium.
Recent studies have shown that people who complete a cardiac rehabilitation program can increase their life expectancy by up to 5 years. Preston Memorial Hospital's cardiac rehab team helps you begin and maintain a treatment plan that works for you. They offer education and support to make healthy lifestyle changes that fit your needs. We're here to help you live longer and enjoy life. Most insurance plans are accepted. Please contact your doctor or our cardiac rehab center at 304-329-3429.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family. Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Second quarter action underway here. And Lewis County facing 2nd and 9 to get things started, and Hobbs will tote that ball forward. Less than a yard. I believe it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Lewis County. The Minutemen facing a 3rd and 9 here. Have only put the ball in the air once so far this evening. Let's see. No, they're going to keep it on the ground, and they elect to run a little crossing route back into the hands of Wright. Townsend with the tackle for Preston. And we'll take a look at that. Looks very close. On the far side, wrapped up and brought down over there.
Brought down by number 22, Anthony Ramage.
Ramage with another tackle. And that was Chase Beam, the 5'7", 160-pound senior, running hard there. And he's really the third prong of that trident of running backs in the Minutemen stable. Hard hit right along the line there.
Hobbs ball carrier. Brought down by number 23, Richard Layton.
That brought the ball out over the 45 to about the 47, and we're going to get a measurement here as the officials call this one close. But the Knights unable to stop the Minutemen. They're going to pick up the first down there after a hard run and a good hard tackle. But Preston back on their heels here, as the Minutemen approach midfield. We'll reset now. 1st and 10, 10:23 on the first half clock. And the Knights are going to exchange a couple of players here, checking into the Preston lineup. Number 85, Jacob Gregg. And Hobbs is just running with determination there. Swarmed finally by the Knights out near the 49-yard line and taken down, but contact first made behind the line of scrimmage, and he is just a hard slashing power running back, and he just goes old school. 2nd and 8 after a pickup of a couple. And we've got flags flying all over the field here. The hard count got the Knights to jump off sides, and they're going to give up 5 here and take the ball to the Preston 46. So 2nd and 8 becomes 2nd and about 3.5, and the Minutemen go quickly. Over on the edge on the far side there. Beam with the carry, and Rosenberger with a nice tackle for Preston. Bringing him down right in front of the Lewis County bench. With 9 minutes on the clock now, the Minutemen leading 16-0. And Preston facing 3rd and 6 here to try and get a stop. The handoff goes to Beam once again, and he's going to be, I think, maybe just short of the first down. We'll see where they spot that. So Townsend, the spotters say, with the stop over on the far side, and it looks like he's going to come up about 1.5 yards short.
That brings up 4th down to the Minutemen.
And the Minutemen on 4th down, anything over midfield appears to be fair territory for these young men. And they'll slash into the line, straight ahead, pounding for what looks to be a first down. We'll look at the spot here, and they do indeed pick it up. Hobbs with the carry, and a first down drive kept alive by Lewis County. Clock stops briefly with the movement of the chains, and they'll put it back in motion here. Oh, that looked like illegal procedure on the part of the Minutemen. Looked like the center double clutched. So the false start. I think that time they tried to pull the old hard count once again and fooled their own center a little bit. Definitely movement of the ball down there prematurely, so that backs it up and makes it 1st and 15. And they'll come to the near side. And taken out of bounds over here on the near side is Wright. Running hard for the Minutemen.
Wright, the ball carrier, brought down by number 23.
Now they'll spot that at the 42.5-yard line. Minutemen came up to the line. Now they retreat. The officials talking things over. And looks like they're going to mark nothing off. They're going to put that back in play. Somebody wasn't ready, and he might have been wearing a striped shirt. Not sure. Fake on the play and nowhere to go. In trouble, number 13. Trenton Bush. And Bush makes a freshman mistake. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Throws that ball from inside the pocket there out to the right. No apparent receiver. And that brings a hearty cry from the Preston coaching box. But the officials right on top of that. That's going to be an intentional grounding penalty. And that's a loss of down. So Preston will watch them march that ball back over midfield, back inside the 45-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 23. And they're going to try to pick up some of that on the ground.
Brought down by number 22, Anthony Ramage.
Ramage with another nice tackle there.
Holding against the Minutemen.
And Ramage with the tackle on Dylan Wright, but there was a hold. And now the Minutemen continue to shoot themselves in the foot as they are backing up here on consecutive plays. 6:54 remaining in the first half. Preston would love to get this ball back and have time to put a drive together and get some points on the board before halftime. The Knights, as you know, won the toss and elected to defer possession until the second half. That's looking more and more like a wise decision.
Rosenberger back to return for the Knights.
Colton Rosenberger is back inside the 15-yard line. Ball bouncing back. That's going to be blocked, picked up. Coming out of there on a dead run, the punter is going to be taken down, but after maybe enough of a gain to pick up the first down, fleet-footed Jared Griffith had that ball come back to him, nearly rolling on the ground, able to gather it up, but disrupted the timing. Couldn't get the kickoff. Nearly tackled in the backfield for a loss. Got out of that, and the young man, swift of foot and very clear-headed in a pressure situation, runs that ball for a first down. Nose of the ball just outside the Knight 30-yard line. Holy moly. The Minutemen back on the attack here. Right with a little foray into the middle of the line, over the 30, down to the 27. Number 84, Zach Riffle with the tackle for Preston. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Excuse me, 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 on first down. Ball at the 32. And again, the quick opener to Hobbs, and he's just going to tear through the heart of the Preston defense and into the end zone with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. So they turn ultimate disaster into ultimate victory and joy for their fans down below here as they put together a 3-play scoring drive just when you thought the Knights had stopped them. So Preston's woes continue here in the first half, 22-0, and the man of the moment, Jared Griffith, on here to add the extra point. Kicking toward the south end now, puts that ball down, it's up, and it is good. Drove that one through pretty low and a little to the right, but still good. Griffith remains perfect, and it is a 23-0 score now. The Knights stymied. And again, they strike up the band down below as Lewis County with much to celebrate here in the Buckwheat Bowl. Preston fans quiet now, roused by the great defensive play that appeared to be taking place with the blocked punt, but Griffith able to squirm out of there, make the long run, get down to the 32-yard line, and then one play for a little to no gain, and Hobbs up the middle, and everybody else get out of the way because the freight train was coming through. All right, Preston hoping to get a return in here. They're going to send men back, Rosenberger back to the goal line, and Preston with men all over the field here looking for some kind of a possible pooch punt. There is a flag on the play. Ball goes through the end zone once again, off the foot of Griffith. And the Minutemen, somebody got a little ahead of the game, and offsides will back that up from the 40 to the 35. So a do-over on the kick. And Preston hoping that Griffith will give them the gift of a short kick, but he's got plenty of leg. Should be able to carry this ball into the south end zone. From there, again, weather not a factor on a beautiful fall Buckwheat Festival evening here on the mountaintop. And Griffith puts the leg into that one, and that's going to be returned. Ball coming down at about the 2-yard line, and coming out of there is Rosenberger, and he's going to get out over the 15, out to about the 17, and not much more than that. So the Knights do, in fact, off the penalty, get the opportunity to return the ball. Well, they're going to say forward progress near the 20-yard line. So a lot of effort, but same spot you would have been in with the touchback. Preston flags immediately on the snap. And Minutemen are pointing at the black uniform Knights. And Preston charged with the false start. They'll back up 5 to the 15, and we'll go 1st and 15 now. 5 minutes, 22 seconds remaining on the big board. We hope if you were in town today, you enjoyed all things involving the Buckwheat Festival, and if you were at the parade, well, you might see yourself on TV if you watch the delayed telecasts or the repeats via the YouTube channel. However you watch Hometown TV. Number 10 for Lewis County, Will Kuhn. Coming up with the ball there. Upended as he crossed the 20-yard line. And Preston with their backs against the wall once again. From the 20 inside the 15 and down to about the 12. Whistle on the snap. Illegal procedure, a false start against Lewis County, and the Minutemen make a rare mistake here. Back up a little bit, take a little more time off the clock. Winding toward halftime. Lewis County coaching staff over there pulling their hair out. They just want a nice, smooth drive, take some time off the clock here and get to the locker room. The handoff going to number 5. Chase Beam with the carry, and Riffle will cut him down across the way over there. Right around the 12.5-yard line. So a long run for a short gain, and that will bring up 2nd and 9. And they go back to Marshall Hobbs, and Hobbs into the end zone once again. Hobbs had 2 TDs against Elkins, and he has eclipsed that here in the first half tonight against the Preston Knights. He's just having a field day here, is Mr. Hobbs. Solidly built, 5'11", 190-pounder. You can tell he spends a lot of time in the weight room. I'd venture to say that he's probably worn out the leg press machine down at Lewis County High School, if I had to guess. But the junior running very, very effectively here tonight. Griffith with the extra point, and it's now a 30-0 Minuteman advantage here. So the Buckwheat Bowl turning sour for the Knights here in the first half. But again, we saw last week a team that nearly rose from the ashes. And but for a couple of drops and a couple of tough defensive plays that didn't go their way, a couple of penalties that didn't go their way, the Knights might have come out of that against Byrd last week, going down 28-0, but ending up 28-18 on the board. Still a loss. Not what they were looking for in this. Certainly not the first half they were looking to put together here tonight. They wanted to continue the momentum of the second half of the RCB game. Griffith with the kick high into the air, and the Knights will watch it bound through the end zone. So Preston taking over now with 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in first half play. Quick pitch and coming out over the 20 and carried out of bounds around the 21-yard line is Ramage. So Anthony Ramage with a good hard run there. Showing the Knight faithful what a freshman can do. When he puts his mind to it, keeps his feet under him. Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4 with the nose of the ball at the 26-yard line. And Preston with plenty of time here, 4 minutes, 10 seconds to work with. in traffic and falling down, and that ball in and out of the hands of Hunter Lance, the intended target. So 3rd and 4, the situation for Preston here, and we'll see what the Knights pull out of their bag of tricks. From the shotgun now. And ball batted out of bounds.
Thomas's pass is incomplete. Intended for number 82, Brendan Hokie.
That'll bring up 4th and 4 for Preston with 4 minutes remaining before halftime. So the punt team will come onto the field, kicking the ball away from right around the 16-yard line, and a big rush put on by Lewis County. But Preston, again, getting a nice roll at the end of this one, and it's going to bound inside the Lewis County 40-yard line and down midfield. So that could have been a lot scarier situation as Lewis County had the numbers and had men there could not pull off the block. They'll take over at the 3:49 mark.
Timeout called by the Minutemen.
And Lewis County will take the timeout and talk things over here. They'll take this over at about their own 38-yard line. So when play resumes, it will be 1st and 10 for Lewis County. We can expect to see more of the Hobbs and Wright show with a good sprinkling of Chase Beam in there. Not a lot of aerial fireworks by the Minutemen, but they got that first touchdown with a pass. They can throw it when they need to. They don't often need to with this stable of running backs. Preston finding their biggest challenge in trying to stop Hobbs. And he's going to rip that one for another long gain up over the 45 and on to the 50-yard line. Well, not quite the 50. They'll mark that ball down at the 49-yard line. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for Lewis County as he rings up another big gain. Marshall Hobbs having definitely a season night here, if not a career night, and off and running again, and Preston just has no answer for the talented junior. Hobbs running with power, and you'd think he would be wearing down a little bit by now, but with all this running, but young man is built for this game, obviously, and he comes to it as just a natural power runner. 36 points on the board, and all of them belong to Lewis County as Jared Griffith gets set to tack on another extra point. And not sure what the official is. And we've got somebody... Well, that's Hobbs. After the end of that run, a little disheveled there. So the trainer will come out and meet him and take him to the sidelines, check him out. He may be a little dehydrated now. So the ball down, the kick is up and good.
Griffith's kick is good for the Minutemen.
So Griffith remains perfect. The Minutemen have all 37 of the points scored thus far this evening. And with 3:25 remaining in the first half of play, it is a 37-0 score, and Preston is just frustrated and, frankly, just at a loss for what to do. No quitting this team, not getting down on these young men, but they clearly have not been able to answer the bell when it comes to the running attack that Lewis County has brought into Knight Stadium here this evening, and particularly Marshall Hobbs, who has just shredded the Preston defense at every turn.
Rosenberger and Ramage back to return for the Knights.
Rosenberger and Ramage back along the 5-yard line, hoping to get the opportunity to return this one as Griffith kicks it high into the air, and again he's going to drive that one over their heads. I think it might have been deeper than the last two, into the end zone and out on the south end of Knight Field. And once again Preston will take over on the 20-yard line, try to get a drive going here that they can sustain, and the consistency really has not been a huge factor tonight because they haven't had the ball enough to be consistent with it. Little quick hit up inside, out over the 20 and on to about the 23-yard line.
Townsend on the carry for the
So
Knights.
Townsend makes a small gain there. They'll give him 2, so out to the 22, and it will be 2nd and 8. And it would appear that the Knights will elect to keep this ball on the ground. A little trickeration there with a reverse, and out over the 25, out near the 30-yard line. And brought down is number 14, Colton Rosenberger for Preston. Nice little option there because Rosenberger also has the arm to throw that ball if he has a target downfield and the room to maneuver. So he's got the ability there to do several things with the ball in that situation. Nice gain that time, brings up a 3rd and 1. And Preston with a single back set. And they'll just charge forward. The quarterback sneaking out over the 30. Didn't need much to get the first down, and I would say he's got it. He'll move the sticks. Thomas with a nice hard run there. Right up under center, and just goose on the go, as my old friend Gary Livengood used to say. Get up there, snap it quick, don't think about it, just go get that yardage. Minute 28 remaining, and timeout in the action will bring the Knights to the near side here.
Please move your car. Once again, the owner of the white Kia Sportage, will you please move your car? You have somebody blocked in.
Preston and the Minutemen taking a little extra time in the timeout here, or taking the full measure of the timeout here, with 1:28 remaining before the half. And at halftime, we'll have a little music on the mountaintop here. It looks like the Minuteman Band will be on the field to entertain us. And I'm sure the Marching Knights will get involved at some point. First and 10. Thomas back, lets that one fly, and in and out of the hands of Rosenberger. And that a week ago would have been a pretty sure catch. But tonight, it's like a greased pig over on the fairgrounds. Second and 10. Thomas back. Swings it to the near side. Caught out here by Brendan.
Pass is complete to number 82, Brendan Pahokee.
So Pachoki with what I think is his first catch of the season. Bringing up a 3rd and 5, and Thomas straight back, and he'll swing it this way again, out over the 40 and out of bounds. That ball complete to Jackson Lewis. So as we saw in the second half of last week's contest, the Knights beginning to spread the offense out and spread the ball around a little bit here. And it's resulted in them being able to move it for a couple of first downs late here in the half, trailing as they are by a whole bunch. Thomas straight back, got some protection now, runs out of the pocket, swings it out to the right, and it's dropped. Again, the incomplete pass. Gribble had it, lost it. Turned and had a lot of green in front of him there. If he could have held on to that one, might have been able to make some hay out of it there, as Gribble is a hard runner. 2nd and 10. Nose of the ball at the 42. Thomas straight back, rolling to the near side, and he will juke his way out near midfield. He's going to be knocked out of bounds right around the 48.5, 49-yard line. Made a nice little move, and the Knights will take a timeout with that gain. As Thomas gathers his wits. Made a good move there, and nobody would have blamed him if he'd just continued and carried that out of bounds, but made a little juke right at the sidelines, eluded the first tackler, and took a pretty hard hit as he approached midfield. They'll mark that ball right at the 49-yard line. And so for Preston, that's going to be about 3 yards to gain to keep the drive going with 49 seconds remaining on the clock. So the big factor here is the time on the clock, and the Knights wanting to put something on the board need to employ great clock management here and need to come up with a big play. Thomas back looking, and the whistles blow.
Flag on the flag.
So the flag stops play with 48.7 on the big board. And they're going to march that off against Lewis County. And that should move the sticks, and it does. So that'll put the ball just inside the 47-yard line. Preston, 1st and 10, and the clock running at 42 seconds as Thomas begins the count. Drops straight back 3 steps, wiggles a little bit, comes out of the pocket, throwing it to his right, and it is into double coverage and knocked down the intended target there, Colton Rosenberger, drawing a crowd over on the near sideline here. And his attempt to take that ball, resulting in it being batted up and away. And not another Minuteman defender anywhere nearby to try and make a stab at an interception. 2nd and 10. Thomas in the single back set, drops straight back, fires it downfield over the head of Rosenberger and everybody else. Little bit long on the play.
Once again, intended for number 14, Colton Rosenberger.
Colton with a pretty good set of wheels, but not quite that fast. Unable to get down there far enough to get a shot at catching that one. 26.5 seconds remaining. 3rd and 10 for Preston. And Thomas straight back, eludes the initial rush, and then a nice ankle tackle there by number 65 for Lewis County. That is Nathan Conrad, the big junior, 210-pounder. And the Knights will take what I believe is their final timeout here with 18.2 seconds. Thomas doing a pretty good job eluding the rush, but could not get far enough outside the pocket there to get out of the grasp of the big guy. And Conrad, pretty much a textbook tie their feet together and bring them down tackle. Lewis County, having talked it over, the Minutemen anxious to get off the field and into the locker room for halftime. Fourth and 15 now for Preston. And a little quick draw. And inside the 40. And Ramage picks up, I believe, the first down. We'll have to see where they spot this, but it's going to be close. Nice run, and he does indeed pick up the first down to the 36, and the Knights will come up and spike the ball, I believe. 1st and 10 at the 36, 6.6 seconds. Thomas, straight back. Got some protection, sprints out to the right, throws that ball, and it is nearly picked off over there on the far side as time expires. So Preston unable to turn the trick there, although they got a nice little drive going late in the second period. They get no points on the board for it. They'll have the ball to begin second half play, and we'll have entertainment from halftime when we come back right after these messages on Hometown TV.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
The Wound Care Center at Preston Memorial Hospital is dedicated to helping you heal as quickly as possible. We offer a wide range of diagnostic services and therapies to help not only heal your wounds, but to help prevent further wound problems. Our compassionate team will evaluate your case and work to educate you on why you have a non-healing wound, as well as create a treatment plan, sometimes as often as your first visit. To begin your healing journey, call our Wound Healing Center today to schedule an appointment at 304-329-3348.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family. Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Tonight, the Marching Minutemen would like to present their 2019 show, Smells Like Teen Spirit, including Fall Out Boys hit Thanks for the Memories, Camping at the Disco's Victorious, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Muse's Uprising, featuring the drumline and Mary Turner on synthesizer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minutemen.
Preston Memorial Hospital welcomes Dr. Michael Forkran to our team. Dr. Forkran is a general surgery specialist that graduated with honors from West Virginia University School of Medicine. Having more than 8 years of diverse experience, Dr. Forkran performs advanced laparoscopic procedures of the abdomen, including gallbladder, stomach, bowel, colon, liver, and pancreas. Dr. Forkran also performs endoscopies in our state-of-the-art endoscopy suite. Appointments are available now by calling 304-329-4701.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving. Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
hut 2, hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving. Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
After that spirited pair of halftime performances, we are set to get back to some football action, and hopefully the Knights come out of the locker room having made some adjustments and ready to redouble their effort. But this Lewis County Minuteman team has come in here and thoroughly impressed the crowd tonight. Particularly the running of number 24, Marshall Hobbs. And the young man has put on the performance of the season so far. Along with a talented kicker here, Jared Griffith, just not giving the Knights much to work with in terms of returns. And he boots another one deep into the south end zone down here. And so Preston will set up on the 20-yard line, and when Griffith kicks it, it's almost a foregone conclusion. He's a big part of the equation is special teams, and he's a great weapon down there at Lewis County for head coach Dustin Koger. Koger been coaching the Minutemen for about 13 years now.
Flag on the play. Encroachment against the Minutemen.
Good start for the Knights right out of the gate there as the hard count draws Lewis County offside. So 1st and 5 now. And Preston out of the eye. Give to the second back through. And battling hard, dribble up over the 25 and on to the 27 and a half yard line. Preston, as badly as they need points on the board, they definitely need to sustain some offensive output here, if for no other reason than to keep Hobbs off the field. Nice run, hard run that time.
Picks up a nice first down.
So Gribble with the break into the secondary there and some room to run. Gets the ball out to the 44, and the Knights have a first down. And they keep the drive moving here. 1 minute into the second half. Third quarter action. We thank you for tuning in here on Hometown TV. And if you're watching out there on the YouTube feed, spread that address around. Let your friends and family all over the internet know that they can see Preston Knight home game coverage right here on demand. Thomas, the give to Gribble, and Gribble breaking tackles and charging down over the 45, down to about the Lewis County 41-yard line. And as we saw last week, the Knights definitely a second-half team. And so far here this evening, they've come out with renewed effort. I don't know what the coaches have to do to get these guys to play like this right out of the gate. If they did that, we'd be in a different situation right now. Not just in terms of wins and losses, but, the attitude of the team. Having to play from behind all the time, play like you're trying to run uphill with oil on the bottom of your shoes, so to speak. Just a difficult situation. Pick up a 4 makes it 2nd and 6. Caught behind the line and then spinning out of the grasp of a would-be tackler.
Jesse Gribble, the ball carrier.
Gribble continues to make his way forward. Back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up half a yard there. Third and 6 at the 9-minute mark of the third period here. And movement on the right side of the Knight line. And I'm not sure if number 44 for the Minutemen jumped across. No, he made contact after the Knights moved. One of the Knights moved over there on the right side of the line. And that drew the flag and backs Preston up. Back to the 40-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 9. And we might see Thomas Limbury's arm up here. From the gun, single back set. Man in the slot, 2 receivers on the near side. And they'll swing it this way.
Thomas's pass is incomplete.
And the incomplete pass intended for Pahokee. Preston now facing 4th down. And again, the Minutemen try to put a big rush on. Good coverage by the Knights, and that ball corralled down around the 15-yard line. And the Minutemen really had no chance to put a return on there. They were going after the block. They wanted a big play. They're really trying to drive a coffin nail with with that attitude. But the Knights did a good job backing them up. Got to do a better job now stopping the potent running attack of the Lewis County Minutemen. Just got to be a way for Preston to get after this, and right out of the barrel. Hobbs back to work. Clock turning at 8:10 as he carries it up over the 20. Nose of the ball will be at about the 24-yard line, I believe. Make it the 25.5. Brings up second and short. And the Minutemen with a lot of options right here. They'll give it on a quick cut to the outside. Chase Beam, number 5. And brought down by Remage, who has made Bream's acquaintance over there on the far side. But Beam will gain enough for the first down and then a little bit extra. Gets that ball out to the 28 and, more importantly, moves the sticks. And it's 1st and 10. Just over 7.5 minutes to go. 7:39 on the big board. And the Knights going to come to the near side. So Preston will talk things over. Try to get a handle on how to stop the Lewis County Minutemen, but you got to give the Minutemen credit. They have done a very, very good job scouting the inconsistencies in the Knight defensive lineup and picking on them. And they have really done it without putting the ball in the air to speak of. Early on, we thought that it might be a situation where Preston would respond to the running attack by loading up the box and really trying to put pressure on Hobbs, Wright, and Beam, and shut down the 3 biggest ground gainers for Lewis County, but they have not had to counter that with much passing. As Hobbs in particular, but Beam and Wright as well. Very successful tonight. Pickup of about 3 out to the 31 will make it 2nd and 7 for the Minutemen. They keep the ball moving, keep the clock rolling. Coming out of there running hard. Dylan Wright.
Brought down by number 33, Aiden Bischoff.
Bischoff with a nice tackle over here on the left side of the Knight defense, and it'll be augmented by a holding penalty. And the area that flag is in is right around the 27-yard line, so they walk this off. Going to put the Minutemen back in something of a hole here. Going to take that ball back to the 16-yard line, make it 2nd and 25. But we've seen this before. The Knights have really got to stay in their lane here, so to speak. Oh, ball on the ground, a big opportunity for Preston, and I think the Knights have it. stopping the clock at the 6:40 mark after the penalty.
Recovered by number 76, TJ Wiles.
Junior Timothy Wiles becomes a 275-pound missile and goes after that ball. So the first big break of the second half here, and it belongs to the Knights. Ball on the 13-yard line. So Preston with 1st and 10 from the 13. And running hard, Jesse Gribble. Check that. Check that. Townsend. Townsend breaking out. Faked it to Gribble. And then Townsend weaving his way, stepping through tackles, taking it to the end zone. A one-play scoring drive for the Knights. And they put 6 on the board here and get set with 6.5 minutes to go in the third period to add an extra point. Ball down, the kick up. High enough, it's long enough and good.
The extra point is good.
So the Knights will go to 37-7. Getting points on the board here. Near the midpoint of period number 3. And that score, a long time coming, but the Knights made their own break, recovered the loose ball, and then Townsend with a nice fake to Gribble and taking that ball into the end zone. Preston now will set up to kick this away. And you can feel the intensity down on the sideline. Preston needs a good special teams play. Pin the Minutemen back deep. All the Knights are going to try an onside kick. And that is going to end up not traveling 10 yards, but an alert Minuteman gets up there and on the ball and downs it. You look at the time on the clock, 6.5 minutes in the third period, the score 37-7, and you say, hey, why not? Pull everything out of the bag of tricks here. Pull out all the stops. But now the Knights, with a short field to defend, and they stand up.
Initial stop made by
the runner.
33, Aiden Bischoff.
And Bischoff with the initial hit on that. Got the first crack in, and then a whole lot of help by a host of black jerseys. And I believe that was Ethan Levitt for the Minutemen. Give to the first man through, and again the Knights load the box up.
Initial stop made by number 23, Richard Layton.
Stop by Layton will make it 3rd and 8. With the ball right on the 44-yard line, centered between the two hash marks. Check that, make that 3rd and about 7. And a quick opener, and the Minutemen driving forward very close to a first down.
Picks up a first down for the Minutemen.
The official signals that they have the line to gain. They'll move the sticks, and the ball will be down to the 36-yard line with forward progress, and the Knights looking to try and stand tall against this Minuteman on rush. Swinging left, weaving through traffic. Chase Beam with a nice run.
Beam, the ball carrier, brought down by number 22, Anthony Ramage.
Right along the 25-yard line is where Ramage brings him to the ground. Another first down for Lewis County. So 1st and 10 at the 25, and they are getting close to the red zone. Preston trying to get a jump on the ball there, and nothing doing. The interior of this Minuteman line, they've done an excellent workmanlike job just opening holes across the front. The Knights have responded well at times, but nowhere near being able to shut down this Lewis County running attack. Stop in play will bring both teams to the sidelines. 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the third period of this one. The Buckwheat Bowl from Knight Stadium. And the cakes have turned a little bit sour for the Knights. We hope everybody enjoyed the school and community day events down on the festival grounds and all around town. Big crowd out for the parade, and it was a beautiful day. Mild, not windy, sun out, about 80, 82, 83 degrees at the peak of the afternoon, and folks saw a lot of great floats and heard a lot of great bands marching in the school community day parade. If you weren't there, you still have the opportunity to see it and hear it here on Hometown TV, on the Atlantic Broadband Cable Network, also on YouTube at youtube.com/cable7. So you can look that up, pass that on to your friends, neighbors, family, all around, wherever they might be. If they can get to the internet, they can get to Hometown TV. Little cut back that time.
Ball carrier, brought down by number 16, Hunter Lance.
Beam with not a lot of headway. Back to the line of scrimmage he goes, and the nose of the ball just outside the 15. It'll be 2nd and 10. And again, we get the stop in play. And both teams herded off to the sidelines. Not sure what the strategy could possibly be for Preston other than to just try and make a play, try and make a big hit, try and make a good stop, and or jar that ball loose if you can, but pretty sure-handed all night long. The ball did get away from the Minutemen on just one occasion here so far, and that led to the Knights picking up their only score thus far on the evening. So it remains 37-7. And the Minutemen facing 2nd and 10. 2 backs set. And the handoff and the rush straight ahead, and I believe that was Beam again.
Hobbs, the ball carrier.
Check that.
Down by number 75, Robbie Stinson.
That'll get the clock winding again, so at the 3.5-minute mark, 3rd and 7 for Lewis County. And they'll bring it to the near side, and Preston swarming the ball out around the 11, 12-yard line.
Brought down by number 20, Jackson Lewis.
Nice tackle by Lewis, and Preston forces the 4th down, so 4th and 7. I would expect to see Jared Griffith come out here, and in fact he will. Now the ball will be spotted just inside the 20-yard line, so make this a 30-yard attempt. It's down. He's going to kick that up and wide.
Griffith's kick is no good.
Wide from 30, and that is good news for the Knights. Griffith has exhibited a tendency to be a very accurate kicker, and as we mentioned in the pregame, kicked a 41-yarder in the effort down at Elkins just a couple weeks ago. So good for Preston that he missed that, and with 2:23 remaining in the period, the Knights will take over at their own 20-yard line. So they turn Lewis County away in the red zone for the first time tonight. Flag before the snap. And that's going to be encroachment. An offside penalty. Marches the Minutemen back 5. And the Knights out to the 25 now, face a 1st and 5. So we'll see if that changes the option. No, they'll come out in the same formation here. And the give to the deep back. And a big pile up down there with Townsend at the bottom of it. Preston moving a couple of folks around. We're seeing some younger players in the lineup here. Another flag in the air. And I don't know if maybe that's another hard count. No, that's a false start, so Preston gives the 5 yards back. Seems like the officials, maybe they think they're being even-handed with that. They give you 5, they take it back. Not down there. Sure, they got the call right. 1:35 to go in the 3rd period. And here come the Knights, 2nd and 7 now after all of that. And that ball not going real far, out to the 25. And right along the line of scrimmage.
Gribble, the ball carrier.
Brought down on the play, Jesse Gribble. He'll stretch for about 1.5 yards, and it'll be 3rd and a long 5 for Preston here to keep the drive going. They need to get out of this end. Quick out to the near side and a quick tackle. but the Knights look to maybe have picked up the first down there as Jackson Lewis surges forward out over the 30 before being rolled out of bounds there with 44.9 seconds on the big board remaining in this period. So Preston does indeed keep the drive alive. And they'll break the huddle here and the clock will start. Little bit of room and up over the 40 and rumbling forward to the 43. So the first down will stop the clock. Preston needs to huddle up here and then get to the line quickly if they want to get another play off in the quarter. The official signals for the clock to wind, and the Knights are not going to get another play off as they're not going to get out of the huddle and get to the line in time to snap this one. Winding at 3, 2, 1, and Townsend will drop under center and not get the ball off. Not sure about the clock management on that one, but I don't want to second guess. You know, it's 37-7, and the Knights in a hole here. We'll take a break for these messages and be back with fourth quarter action on your hometown TV station.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
The Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital is an alternative for acute patients who need a little extra help before returning home. Services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy, patient and family education, personal care assistance, individualized care plans with daily activities, and 24-hour nursing care. Our team works to ensure a smooth return to independent living. For more information on the Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital, visit us online or call 304-791-3733.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Back for fourth quarter action as we reverse directions here, and Preston trailing 37-7 to start the final stanza of the 2019 Buckwheat Bowl. 1st and 10 here, and running hard toward the south end. dragging tacklers and down to the 40-yard line.
Dribble, the ball carrier.
Gribble.
Picks up another nice first down.
So Preston on first down, gains another first down, and then some. With the hard charging performance of Jesse Gribble here to get things going in this final stanza. Knights out of the eye, quick pass out to the near sideline, and again, no quit, and we've got flags, a little bit of post play action. We got another flag in the air now. This may be offsetting as the pass came to Rosenberger, and Rosenberger, charging hard, was taken out of bounds, and a little extracurricular activity ensued after he was well out of bounds, and then I believe he responded, and some of the other Knights responded in kind. So the officials whistled. The clock stopped at 11:29 with the ball out of bounds, flags flying, and then more laundry. So they'll get together and sort this one out, and I kind of wish we had a mic on one of the officials at this point, because this would be a fun conversation, don't you think? Sure do. Officials are over conferring with the coaches on both sidelines. And we've got two penalties against the Minutemen, and the officials are going to draw the ire of a pretty good crowd of Minuteman fans down here now, who are up in arms and thought that should probably be offsetting penalties. But we'll wait for the mark off here. Now the ball just outside the 25-yard line as the official starts his walk. And the Minutemen are going to be faced now with defending deep. So he marks off the first penalty, marks off the second penalty, and that's going to put the ball. The second one is a half the distance kind of thing. And so the nose of the ball is going to be right around the 6.5-yard line. So it's going to be first and goal for the Knights. And that was all hard effort by Rosenberger, and then the benefit of the frustrations of the Minuteman defenders, and they rise up on first and goal at the 6 and snuff out any ideas the Knights had about getting a quick score. That'll back it out to about the 7.5. So it'll be second and goal from the 7. Quick hit up inside, running hard down inside the 5-yard line. Preston pushing to get in the end zone down here on the south end of Knight Stadium. And Townsend will come to Thomas will come to the near side, get the play. And the clock will wind down inside 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in regulation. And a quick cut to the inside.
Thomas's pass is incomplete. For number 82.
Nearly caught. And they've been going hard for Brendan Pachoke several times tonight, and he had one really nice catch on the near side over here in the first half. Well defended.
Gribble, the ball carrier.
Gribble
Turnover on down for the Knights.
cut down, and the Knights will turn it over. Much to the delight of Lewis County fans. So Preston fails to get that ball in the end zone here after a golden opportunity. And the Minutemen go back to form.
Down by number 20, Jackson Lewis.
Hobbs into the arms of Jackson Lewis, but not before he makes a nice gain out over the 10, out to about the 12 and a half yard line. So 1st and 10 from there for the Minutemen. And they're going to go back to just trying to pound this ball. They'll go with Hobbs, they'll go with Wright, they'll go with Beam, they'll go with anybody who can make some headway here. And right now,
Hobbs, the ball carrier.
It's the Hobbs show
For the Minutemen.
as Marshall Hobbs has put on a clinic here. If you want to learn how to be an effective running back in high school football, go look up Marshall Hobbs, because the Lewis County Minutemen have found ways to make him into something of a little monster here tonight. Long time before that whistle blew.
Initial stop made by number 33, Aiden Bischoff.
So Bischoff officially gets the tackle on Dylan Wright. That'll bring up 2nd down. A loss on the play makes it 2nd and 13. And off and running. And not to be caught, Marshall Hobbs. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. As we said, the Knights have not found an answer for Mr. Hobbs. And he is having a huge night. I don't have anything close to an idea of what he's run for here tonight. But it's got to be 200-plus yards. And that'll be about 70 of them right there. So 43-7 the score now. And Griffith on to attempt the extra point. And that one is swatted. Nice job. So 8:37 on the clock. And the little bit of defense the Knights could muster there was blocking the extra point, and it's 43-7. Lewis County and their band celebrating, and their fans not eager to head to the parking lot just yet. They want to celebrate a little bit too here as the Buckwheat Bowl continues.
Rosenberger and Ramage back to return for the Knights.
So Preston will work north to south here as Rosenberger and Ramage are back at the goal line. And the Knights scattering players across the 20 and 30. Griffith addresses the ball, and it's another good kick. And that's going to bound into the end zone and roll through. Once again, Griffith pins the Knights back on their own 20-yard line with an outstanding kickoff. And if he's been kicking them like this all year long, got to be among one of the elite group of better kickers in the state in terms of placement kicking. 8.5 to go, and the fans and the band definitely getting things going down to our right here, celebrating for Lewis County. Knights out of the gun. Thomas with the handoff. And a little shuffle and a little breakaway over there on the far side. Rosenberger with nice effort there and good second effort, breaking tackles and scooting out there.
Brings up second down for the Knights.
They're going to call it second. Got to be second and short. Second and about a yard for Preston to gain here to get it out over the 30 and get the first down. So the Knights with a little flexibility, but not a whole lot of time to work with here. Thomas guns it. Caught at the 40. So Jackson Lewis down low for the grab there, and the officials took a good look at it. Said, yes, sir, that's a catch. Knights move it to the 40, pick up a first down. And they'll air it out again. That one coming in off the hands of Lewis, and Lewis wanted a flag. Not going to be able to talk the man in the striped shirt into that. So from the 40-yard line, it'll be second down and 10. Thomas back, guns it again, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver.
Thomas' pass intended for number 20, Jackson Lewis.
Lewis having a hard time hooking up on that one. The ball delivered smartly. But at this point, they're keeping the clock running, even after the incompletion. So as it continues to wind, Thomas will throw one out in the flat here to the near side. And a nice fake, a good move down here along the sidelines. And stepping out of bounds was Rosenberger as he was on the fly at about the 42-yard line. He put a foot on the line. He was well inside the 30 by the time the whistle blew, flying down the field. Clock down inside the 6-minute mark now. Knights with not a lot of time to work here as they're going to just let it run. Thomas back. Thomas guns it. Intended. Down here for Colton Rosenberger and just over his outstretched hand. And again, the clock continuing to run with the incompletion, given that the score is 43-7. They're not going to drag this out. Thomas back, swings it to the near side, and taking the pass there's Hunter Lance. Takes a pretty good hit in the side of the helmet there, continues to go forward. And Lance finishing hard there, and we've got a Lewis County Minuteman down on the play in some obvious distress right around the 35, 36-yard line as the young man is struggling to set up. Might have had the wind knocked out of him, not sure exactly. And I won't speculate farther than that. We'll see if we can get an idea of who that youngster might be. But the trainers are there quickly, looking things over. Hate to see any of these youngsters go down on either side. And they've got the young man setting up now, and they're going to aid him off to the far side. I believe that was number 33 for the Minutemen. That would be Joseph Spray, the third. 6 foot, 140-pound senior defensive back. And obviously still in some discomfort as he is assisted off to the far side by the trainers. They wind the clock. We go inside the 5-minute mark here, and Thomas back to work. And hung up over here along the near sideline once again is Lance.
Thomas's pass is complete to number 16, Hunter Lance.
Lance out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
A first down for the Knights.
He'll move the sticks, and with the nose of the ball at the 30, it'll be 1st and 10 for Preston as they seek to try and complete this drive in the end zone. We've got a flag in the air prior to the snap. And again, the hard count, drawing the Minutemen. So now 1st and 5 for Preston. The drive continues from the 25. They approach the red zone here, and it'll be Gribble winding his way forward, steps through a hole, cuts back, drives it down near the 20-yard line. They'll probably mark that back at about the 21. And reset the clock and wind it at 3:51 now. Pickup of 9 makes it 2nd and 1 for Preston. Out in the flat to Lance again, makes a nice spin move, steps through the first tackle, goes inside the 10-yard line, and he's brought down there.
Picks up the first down for the Knights.
So Preston moves that ball smartly down to the 7-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from there. Thomas looking, rolling to his right, throws that ball into the end zone, and that's going to be picked off down there.
Thomas's pass is picked off.
That's going to be picked off by Chase Beam. You've heard his name several times tonight as he ran the ball on offense. Pretty good defensive back too is Beam. And he stepped in and got down low and picked that one off in the end zone, denying the Knights their 2nd score of the evening. And the touchback will put the ball out to the 20, and the clock will wind at the 2:56 mark. Lewis County hustling out here now as the play clock down to 10. And they're working to try and get it off down to 5. And they do. Preston rising up. Tackle for loss.
Blake, the ball carrier, brought down by number 33, Aiden Bischoff.
Bischoff with the tackle. Dylan Wright taken to the ground, back around the 14-yard line. 16-yard line, excuse me. So that'll make it second and about 14 and a half, 15 yards. And we're inside the 2-minute mark. The Minutemen, the fans on their feet beginning to cheer. And again, coming to the near side, going to be a tackle for loss. As the ball there, I believe, in the hands of Crum. Third down and 20 now. And we see the Minutemen hustle another replacement player into the lineup. Not in a hurry here. They get it off. And again, Preston going to snuff that out after a short gain. Out over the 10-yard line to the 11. And we go inside the final minute.
Blake, the ball carrier, the Minutemen.
And it will be fourth down.
Brought down by number 84, Zach Ripple.
Fourth down from about the 13-yard line. And the Minutemen look like they're just going to stay in the huddle and maybe take the penalty here to reset the play clock. And it's 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will stop the game clock with 14.7 remaining. So the official will dutifully march off 5, and that's probably the final penalty of the evening after a slew of them here in the second half. And they'll wind the clock, and that is all she wrote. The Lewis County Minutemen come into Kingwood on Buckwheat Festival weekend, and the Buckwheat Bowl belongs to them. You get a stack of pancakes with that, stack of buckwheat cakes with that, maybe some sausage, I don't know. Didn't look like Holt might be up to eat a big plate of buckwheat cakes. But tell you what he was up to. He was up to gaining probably somewhere north of 225 yards on his way to leading the Lewis County Minutemen to a big, big victory, 43-7 over your Preston Knights. The Knights go into the bye week now. Preston moving to 1-4 on the season, and that is disappointing, but never say die. Preston will have 2 weeks now to get ready for a game on the road on October the 11th. They will take on the powerhouse Bridgeport Indians, and up there at Bridgeport, or anywhere else for that matter, but particularly at home, the Indians are tough. And they dropped one at home to open the season, so they're not in any mood to add to that. Be that as it may, Preston will get ready. They'll move forward. The Minutemen, having had their way with the Knights here in the Buckwheat Bowl, will move on to a home game against Robert C. Byrd next week. So for the Minutemen, it's all good here in Kingwood tonight. They face a long drive back to Lewis County, but it'll be a happy one and a good weekend for them. The Knights, they'll retool, they'll reset, rewind, and they'll move forward. On the road next. In the meantime, enjoy all things Buckwheat. Enjoy the parades. More parade coverage coming from Hometown TV. For everyone here at Mountain Digital, for Dan Sims, our camera operator who did double duty today, Dan and the Tri-State Productions crew helping us out here tonight. For Dave Brown, also on camera this evening, and acting as our technical director. And I'm Steve Blake, and we thank you so much for tuning in to Hometown TV as we take this final look at Knights Stadium here on a nice evening in the mountains, but not a nice outcome for the Preston Knights. We bid you all a very good night.